Kendra, how are you today?
I'm alright.
It's really nice to see you. I'm really glad that you've come back.
Thanks.
How has your week been?
Good?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you tell me one good thing that happened this weekend?
Um, I got to go for my cousin's birthday party, the sleepover, and that was fun.
Cool. What did you guys do?
We stayed up until like 7 in the morning just talking. It was crazy, but it was fun. It's my older cousin. She's like a year older than me. She's 14.
That sounds great. I remember having a really good time at sleepovers and never sleeping very much.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually kind of tired. But
Well, I'm glad that you made it today. That makes it even better that you're in my office. So, the past couple times that we've been meeting, we've talked a bunch about your family and kind of written what your family story was. And I wanted to know if that's something that you want to keep talking about today or if there's anything else that you want to switch to.
that we can talk about that. I just wanted to make sure we talk about one thing. Um, in school today, there's this boy that likes me, and like everyone's saying like he's a cool guy and stuff. For some reason, I can't trust him, and like I just don't. It's not that I don't like guys. I think he's cute, but like guys are just shady, and I just don't want to be in any drama or anything. So like, we used to be friends, me and this dude, but I had to, like, kind of cut that off because I think he was liking me more than a friend, and I don't really do that. So, I just want to, know what you think about that. I don't know.
Well, I'm curious. You just said that you don't really do that. You're not really more than friends with any guys. I was wondering why you said that.
Well, I mean, some of my friends have boyfriends, and I mean, my my mom said I can't have a boyfriend until I'm 40, but I know she's playing. But like, it's not even about that. Like, I wouldn't do anything stupid or nasty. I just think that like I don't really trust guys like that. Like my dad, like he's not really trustworthy with my mom, and I have my stepmom, and she's a hot mess. So I don't know. Like, I see my mom and my stepmom, they be like getting in fights some days about my dad, and then they don't. And I just like, I sometimes I feel like I respect my dad more, but then I don't because he needs to do what he says he needs to do. He keeps lying about stuff. But then I also get mad at my parents or my mom, because she knows his pattern and she still goes back. And I don't know, like she'll say one thing and do something else. But I think I really, really just don't trust guys. Like, cause at least my mom, she provides for me and stuff, and my stepmom, she'll watch us sometimes. But my dad just kind of does whatever he wants to do and shows up whenever.
So what I hear you saying is that you would like maybe to have relationships with people, but it's the mistrust that is kind of grown because of how your family acts towards each other. That's maybe keeping you away from that. So we could say that the mistrust is kind of the problem, that feeling that you have.
Mistrust, you mean like not trusting them? Yeah.
How long do you think that you felt this mistrust of people, whether it's your family or whether it's maybe friends or specifically boys?
I'm not sure when it started, but I think it just happened more and more over time. Like when I got older, Like I could ask for something or someone asked for something and they never came through. Or they said they were going to do something and they didn't.
So it sounds like this feeling of mistrust has kind of been with you for most of your life.
Yeah, you can't really depend on nobody but yourself. Like, you know, because only you know if you're going to get something done, but you never know if somebody else is going to like be there for you or like help you out with something.
Sounds like that might be how the mistrust has been like affecting you in your relationships, is that you feel like you have to do everything for yourself and you can't rely on anybody else. Is that true? What would you like to see happen? What would it look like if the mistrust was gone? What kind of relationships would you have? Or would you be with that boy that you were talking about?
um, I don't know if I trusted people more, I'll be kind of scared because I don't know if they're gonna try to hurt me or they're gonna like twist my words or I don't know. Like I don't see it happening in a good way. It would be nice for that to happen, but I don't think that it would be okay for me.
Do you feel like you do trust some people?
I mean, like to a certain extent.
Because before we were talking about your cousin and how you went to her sleepover and you guys stayed up all night talking and you're really good friends. And to me, it seems like you need some level of trust to feel that way about a person. Would you agree?
Yeah, my cousin, she understands everything that like I'm going through and stuff. Cause I know like my mom be talking to her mom about stuff, and so like she hears about it. She just tells me not to worry about it, don't get involved, cause you know that's grown up stuff that's their issue. It's not my issue.
So her being kind of knowing what you're going through and being there for you shows you that you can trust her. It kind of takes that mistrust away.
Yeah, uh, yeah, I can trust my cousin.
How do you think, do you see the main way that this kind of mistrust has affected you in the way that you have relationships with boys particularly? I know that's kind of a hard question to ask.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I mean, I guess like it's easier for me to make girlfriends than boyfriends, and sometimes like my classmates that are boys, they'll say like, "Well, Julie doesn't even like trust anybody," or "This is a lie," and I'm like, "I have no issue with you. I just don't want to work with you. Like, I have no thing against them. I just don't want to work with them." And so sometimes like they think I'm like stuck up or a prude or something. But I mean, that's not really it. I just don't know like what they really want, and I just don't want any drama.
Do you think that if you could build a friendship with a boy and kind of share your story with him, like you share with me and you share with your cousin, there might be a little bit more of a trust built up?
Maybe. Mm.
I know that's probably a hard thing to think about, but I want to see how we can change this story from how the mistrust kind of affects you and breaks down all these relationships that you say you'd kind of like to have and change it so that you feel like the trust is there. And while we're talking, I just wanted to remind you that if you ever have any questions about me and like my relationships or my feelings about trust, all you have to do is ask because we're sharing our stories to create yours. So I just want you to know that.
Okay.
So what do you think we can do to change this story? What's one step we can take to create a sense of trust? Do you want to do it with this guy? to maybe try to make a relationship?
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm ready to date him or anything, but
a friendship?
Yeah, I think like we could be better friends or something. I don't know. Like sometimes I think about it, and then sometimes I just shake my head and say no.
Because you're very good at telling your story and sharing how you feel and what's going on inside your head. I know you do that with me, and it sounds like you do that with your cousin as well. So I feel like you can build on that strength to be able to speak your mind and say exactly what you're feeling really clearly. To maybe just start to form a relationship with someone that you would like to, friendship or otherwise.
Yeah, I guess I can try.
Okay. How are you feeling right now? Do you think this is a good place for us to end?
Well, yeah, I just have one question.
Of course.
Like, how did you start dating boys?
How did I start dating boys? I have to remember like 50 years ago now.
Oh no.
I think it's a lot like how you described, finding people that I was really good friends with, who I could share what I was feeling and what I was thinking, and who respected that. And then eventually that becomes a friendship, which can turn into a relationship. But it is all about honesty and trusting each other. So that's definitely what you need to build before you can even think about it.
Yeah.
Just like with girlfriends.
I think like that makes sense. When I hear you say it, that makes sense.
It's always easier to say it than actually do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna try like maybe I'll like try like sitting next to him during like homework time or something. Sometimes like he'll ask me to sit next to him and I would say no, so I'll try to do that.
I bet if you sit next to him, you guys will end up talking. Maybe share a story or two.
I don't know about all of that. But
well, I hope we can revisit this topic next time I see you. We can build on that story. And I know you saw, but I've been taking notes today, like I do in all of our sessions. And if you want a copy of these, they're for you. And then I'm going to be putting a letter to you in your teacher's mailbox. It'll be sealed. She won't be able to say it. And it's kind of going to be the story that we wrote together today. And then our next session, I want you to look at it and we can read over it and then take out or put in anything we want to kind of change our own story. Okay?
All
right. It was really nice seeing you today.
Thanks, Miss Katie.
Bye.
Bye.